Today I'm going to walk you through the hidden dangers of soda and reveal the worst offenders out there. Then towards the end, I'm going to make you a few of my approved healthy soda alternatives. But before I get into it, make sure you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube or hit follow if you're listening. Okay, let's get started. Topic 1, the dangers of soda. By now I hope you know soda is bad, really bad. A single serving of soda contains around 39 grams of sugar. Drinking just one bottle a day could pack on as much as 25 extra pounds a year. And this much sugar is highly addictive, so you crave more and more soda. Sodas also contain harmful acids, which can be a problem if you have stomach issues such as gastroesophageal reflux, and they're linked to dental, kidney, and heart issues, so stay away. Last week I was in Omaha, Nebraska to get an award for my high school as Hall of Famer, and it brought me back. Our next door neighbor was a professor of chemistry at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, and he used to delight in having us kids bring a tooth up to his house where he would open a bottle of soda and put the tooth in the soda, and we would watch it dissolve before our eyes. And I've never forgotten it, and you should not forget that either. These phosphates in soda are one of the best ways to produce osteoporosis and osteopenia and tooth rot that you can design, and everybody's drinking them. And no, diet soda is just as bad, if not worse. Now, I was a Diet Coke addict. I drank 8 Diet Cokes a day, and I did that so I could lose weight, and of course, I was 70 pounds overweight. Now, it's thanks to artificial sweeteners like sucralose or aspartame, or even the newer ones that have even weirder names. These have all been linked to metabolic issues. They've all been linked to changing our gut microbiome for the worse. So please, 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 every one of these commercials about how wonderful these 0-calorie sodas are, not true. Plus, they're still full of these nasty acids and phosphates that are going to do a number on you in more ways than one. Okay, but what about these new healthy sodas? Now, there are these brightly colored cans labeled as healthy sodas, practically begging you to try the future of soda. Now, the marketing is really slick and convincing. These sodas claim to be packed with gut-friendly ingredients like prebiotics, apple cider vinegar, and plant fibers. They promise everything from weight loss to clear skin to an immunity boost. Please, flip one around and examine the nutrition label. That's where the real story unfolds. For instance, one of the best-selling healthy sodas packs in 16 grams of carbs per can. That's like a small candy bar in liquid form. Another one claims it's infused with apple cider vinegar. But guess what? The second ingredient is cane sugar. Now, your gut doesn't take kindly to refined sugar, no matter how pretty the can looks. So, here's what I recommend as a healthy soda alternative. My healthy soda recipe. I'm actually going to give 3 variations of it for you to try right now. It's just a few simple ingredients. Italian sparkling water. Now, I personally like San Pellegrino. It has the highest sulfur content of any bottled water. And please buy it in a glass jar. But here's a fun fact. By law, Italian sparkling waters have to be pH balanced. There is no law in France, there is no law elsewhere that you balance the acidity from carbon dioxide. So I'm a big fan. I have no relationship with them, but I drink a lot of it. So you take any Italian sparkling water, my preference is San Pellegrino, and you make what I described long before TikTok or any other YouTube videos was my healthy Coke. Now, get yourself some aged balsamic vinegar. Most of the time it'll say balsamic vinegar of Modena. Modena I've been to, it's where almost all balsamic vinegar comes from. Now, the longer it's aged, the thicker it gets, and actually the sweeter it tastes. But here's something interesting. You're going to look on the back and say, oh my gosh, there's 11 grams of sugar in here. Labeling laws in the United States require you to put the original ingredients that you started with to make the product. And guess what they started with to make balsamic vinegar? Grapes. And grapes are loaded with sugar. But you say, wait a minute, wine started with grapes and I don't see any sugar on the wine label. That's because there's no labeling laws on alcohol. That's because the alcohol industry lobbied against a label. So you would actually see the same thing on a bottle of wine, but it's not there. So just because you see all that sugar, same way with yogurt. If you look at plain yogurt, you'll see like there's 9 grams of sugar per serving. No, there isn't. It's all gone. The bacteria have eaten it. And I can't tell you how many patients bother me that, oh my gosh, it's loaded with sugar. So start off slowly. For most people, I recommend about a tablespoon. I personally use 2. Now you'll notice this stuff is pretty doggone thick. I hope you can see that on camera. And the thicker, the more it's going to taste like a fake Coke. Now you can, if it's too bitter for you, here's a trick. A lot of times it takes a little getting used to. So get yourself some allulose. Now allulose is a true sugar, but it has no calories. In fact, it's actually a prebiotic fiber. So if you want and get used to this, put some allulose in. Or there's now liquid allulose, and you can squeeze that. And here it comes. So you mix that up. And some people, you want a lime Coke or a lemon Coke. Let's put a squeeze of lime in. I personally don't use this, but there's nothing like a little fresh citrus to go around. Then just add some ice cubes. And you've got a safe Coke. And the great thing is, that tastes great. One last thing. Balsamic vinegar has the highest resveratrol content per ounce of anything, far more than wine. And resveratrol, of course, is the magic French paradox that people in France don't get heart disease, live forever, because they're drinking so much red wine. So you can doctor this any way you want, but that is the original fake Coke. But you say, I'm not a Coke fan, a cola fan. How about a little something different? Well, it turns out that bitters have been making a comeback. They're obviously in every bar now, but you'll often see these you'll certainly see them in liquor stores, but you're beginning to see them in grocery stores. And so get yourself some bitters. This is Angostura, that's one of the most famous. And put some bitters in. Now, bitters by the name are bitter, but these things are concentrated polyphenols. And the more we're learning about how bitters became popular and how bitters are digestive aids, it turns out that's because of the polyphenols that are bioavailable because they've been fermented. Now, this is too bitter. So this time I'm going to use some liquid allulose. And again, you're going to put it in to taste. And then you're going to get out your trusty sparkling water. And don't obsess about finding San Pellegrino, but it's almost everywhere. And stir it around. And drop some ice cubes in. and you've got a safe root beer. This one almost tastes like a cream soda. And finally, if you're a fan of cherry or vanilla Coke, get yourself some flavored stevia drops and mix these in. So we're going to make a black cherry vanilla cream. So we'll take, usually all you need is a squirt of each. And these are easy to find in almost all grocery stores now, certainly in every health food store. Worst comes to worst, they're online. Again, with this combination, you usually don't need any additional allulose because they're sweetened with stevia. And throw in the San Pellegrino. And again, have fun. If you want to make this and put the cherry flavoring in, be my guest. You want a vanilla fake Coke? Use vanilla. The options are endless. We have probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 different flavors at home. So whenever we're, in the mood for root beer, we have that. If we want a cherry fake Coke, and there you go. We definitely have vanilla cherry here. Oh, I can't decide. I'll have a taste off after we're done. It's simple, it's delicious, and is actually so good for you. Now, once you give it a try, you'll never feel tempted to get real soda again. And let me know in the comments your favorite way to make it. I have a number of patients who are sensitive to vanilla beans. And easy, use imitation vanilla if you're sensitive. And please, I hear this every now and then, don't use balsamic salad dressing to make a fake Coke. Get balsamic vinegar, preferably look for the aged. And the longer it's aged, the thicker it is, and believe me, the more you'll like it. More amazing episodes just like this one. Watch now. I've done on Instagram posting about allulose, specifically non-GMO allulose folks. And a viewer wrote in and basically said, look, my mother was 72 years old and I heard your video and I put her on 3 teaspoons of allulose per day and she's a good sport. She was a diabetic. She was injecting insulin twice a day. And now she is off of insulin and she has normal blood sugars.